So this might be news to a lot of you. David Lagana recently posted an apology for something that was said on this last week's episode of NWA POWERRR by, of course, you guessed it, Mr. Controversy himself, Jim Cornette, who on the one hand is probably one of the greatest wrestling minds alive right now, and on the other hand is just a hateful, horrible person who can't stop saying awful things and being just a general curmudgeon. Well, Cornette said on the show, and I need to stress that I'm quoting here, he said, Trevor Murdoch is the only person who can strap a bucket of fried chicken to his back and ride a motor scooter across Ethiopia. So, yeah, Lagana had to apologize for that on Twitter, unsurprisingly. Wonder how many more of these Cornettes got in him before they finally go, maybe Cornette could be backstage a little.
Yeah, we're kind of tired of that.
Maybe he could be backstage. Here's the thing. The other day I was on Twitter, and I saw that David Lagana retweeted a post I found particularly interesting and was kind of alarmed by. Unfortunately, I had to shut down my Twitter and do stuff. And when I went back, the tweet had been taken down. And I had to actually go through some other channels and find this retweet because apparently he took heat for it, but not so much that people really saw it or paid attention to it. Nothing was really made out of this because too few people saw this. And the tweet was, he retweeted and with arrows pointing to the tweet, with hands pointing to the tweet. It was a tweet by Gad Saad, who said, every single area of human excellence that had been governed by an ethos of meritocracy is being parasitized by the cancerous ethos of diversity, inclusion, and equity, or DIE religion. This applies to sports, science, literature, philosophy, art, etc. Individual excellence must be murdered in order to elevate marginalized groups. Sorry, Charles Darwin, Leonardo da Vinci, Bertrand Russell, and Lionel Messi. You are disgusting white men. Step aside and allow the voices of people of color to shine. In the case of the NFL and the NBA, though, all is good. Yeah. So I don't want to get into Joe Rogan territory here, Nick. But on the surface, so when I saw that, on the surface to me, I was like, that reads like a white supremacist manifesto. And again, not trying to get into a political discussion here, not trying to get into any kind of philosophical or ethical discussion here. Merely how it came across to me on the surface, I was like, wow, that maybe you shouldn't have retweeted. And sure enough, he took it down real quick, but I never saw a retraction for it, never saw an apology for it, never saw an explanation for why David Lagana thought it was appropriate to highlight that particular tweet.
So for those that don't know, who is David Lagana and why do we care about what he says?
He's one of the executives at NWA. He's basically the guy that runs NWA now for Billy Corgan, who also has his own strange Alex Jonesian political beliefs.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, I have not had a chance to, for this particular segment, I have not had a chance to reach out to David Lagana to actually see if he wants to comment on this. And full disclosure, I have not reached out to him for this. But his actions were to take down that tweet, as I said, very quickly. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have on this right now. It's a developing story that I just actually got the tweet from before we went on air today, which is why I put it way down here in the end of the show. Something I found very interesting. I don't know if Lagana thought more, like on the surface, he thought this was like, yeah. People should be thought of more for their merits and not for the color of their skin. And then just didn't think about it and posted it and then went back later and went, oh, wait, that's totally out of the white supremacist manifesto. Maybe I should take that down. I don't know what happened, but the fact of the matter is David Lagana did retweet this and then later took it down. Those are the facts, and that is the news.